Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the HERMITCRAFT server. This is episode 3 and today we're starting things off in the base, but we aren't going to be here for very long because there is something that a certain member of the server has built. And I just have to get a look of this thing. I also really need to light up my island because this place is getting increasingly dangerous, especially when there's so few people on. Alright, here we come. We're approaching the enchanting area. And yeah, I'm starting to see it. I'm starting to see a certain thing on the back of this thing. Does that look familiar to you guys? It's gone out of control. Now, I received probably about 1,000 comments about this, and I'm excited to see what it's look. Wait, I need to get a better look at the eyes. I need to get a better look at the eyes because. I think this is one of those things that Iskall just saw the building and seized the opportunity and he couldn't help himself. So I think this is Mumbo Enchantoni. I feel like that might be the name of this thing. And yeah, well, welcome to the server. It's good to have you back. Anyway, in today's HERMITCRAFT episode, we're actually going to be working on an incredibly important project for me, which is we need some form of slime farm, because right now I can't get any sticky pistons. So we're going to have to find out a place somewhere underneath the ocean, and then we're going to get building. I'm excited for this one. So this right here is the edge of a slime chunk, and it goes across in this direction, and then it also goes across in this direction, and that looks relatively deep to me. Do you reckon that's about 20 blocks? Because if it is, then we can get skylight access, and that would be really, really handy. So this is the area that we have worked out. So this goes from 15 through to 0, so that's one chunk. And then this one goes from there, 15, right the way through to 0 on this side as well. So this here is our slime chunk. So now I've got to punch out all of these blocks and start trying to work out how I'm actually going to build this thing. Oh, I'm such... My decent enchanted pickaxe has been broken. I mean, if I had a spoon counter right now, it would be hitting maximum levels. So I guess I've got to get myself some levels and get myself another one. Alright, that's going to take us up to, so we're at 26 levels. It's not too bad. At least we've got ourselves some form of XP grinder, I suppose. What exactly is happening here? How have they gotten out? And why are they all just chilling out there? Oh no, they've decided to move now. I feel like there's got to be someone responsible for this. The slow descent up the ladder. There's so many chickens. Absolutely unbelievable. He used my own eggs to fill my base with chickens and also the area surrounding my egg farm. And he left the scene hastily, dropping a bunch of milk. I mean, this is just the strangest pirate I've ever seen. Right, here goes then. 1, 2, 3, and... Yes! Yes, yes, yes! I'm so happy that my pickaxe broke. Yes! Thank you, Mumbo Enchantoni, for blessing me with this wonderful enchantment. Whoa, 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 whoa! What's going on over there? I think Green's just slept in my bed. That cheeky fella! Being neighbours with Green is just the worst. I mean, look at this place. Bam, 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 bam. Oh yeah. We've made it. And now we've definitely made it. Oof. Finally though, we're back in this project space. So I have cleared out the 16 by 16 area, our chunk, and then I've also done enough so that we can create 2 layers in this thing. For the time being, the slime farm's only going to be 2 layers, but we've started it at the top so that we can work downwards, because we need to take out the roof eventually so that we get sky access, because that increases the efficiency of the farm, I think, at least according to all of the technical videos that I've seen. So the next thing that I've got to do is I've got to clear out about 4 blocks going all the way around the outside of this thing. Or is it 3 blocks? I think it might just be 3 blocks. Or is it? No, I think it is 4. Okay, so I've got to clear out 4 blocks going around the outside of this thing, and then we need to create space for the iron golems, which I have no clue how I'm going to be getting those. Okay, so it turns out that it's not 4 blocks in the slightest. It's actually 3 blocks on 2 of the sides, and then only 1 block on the other 2 sides if you're going to build it properly. And we actually only need 2 iron golems. I suppose 4, considering we're going to have 2 layers. So it's going to be 1 set of iron golems on this side and 1 set of iron golems on this side, and then this is where our killing platforms are going to be. In theory, it should be quite simple. And now our platforms are all completed. So if we just place in these final few stone slabs right here, that should do it. So our slimes will be hopping about here. They'll be spawning in these areas, which have been fully lit up, at least for the most part. The bottom one has, the top one actually hasn't. But these have been fully lit up because, of course, slimes can spawn in lit up areas. And they will just jump off the edge where the iron golems are. Because, as you found out towards the end of Hermitcraft Season 5, I didn't actually know this, but slimes don't like iron golems. And they try to kill them. And if we just fence off the iron golem inside an area there, the slime will actually pathfind to it and just launch itself off really quickly. So most old school slime farms that I've ever built, the slimes kind of wander around, they do this a lot, and then eventually, just by chance, they fall off the edge. But now, thanks to a design by Ilmango and a few other people, they discovered that iron golems actually attract the slimes. They kind of spawn and just go and shoot off the edge, which is fantastic. Oh, what? Has someone hijacked my nether portal? Or has someone moved my nether portal so that we're all kind of hyper-connected? I think someone's moved my nether portal so that we're all connected. This is brilliant. Thank you to that person. The issue is I need to get back down there where my nether portal used to be because I need to pick up some of those magma blocks. Do you think that's going to be enough? I mean, we've got 2.5 stacks. I'm also just doing a little bit of quartz gathering while I'm down at the bottom here. But I mean, we need to run magma blocks 3 blocks wide all the way across. So I guess that's 16, 32, 48 times 2. Around about 100. Yeah, we're fine. Okay, so the first thing that we've had to do is we've had to place in all of the minecart rails underneath. These are going to be picking up all of the items that are going to be on top of the magma blocks. And then this is where our layer of magma blocks is actually going to be going. So as I say, this is what's actually going to be killing our slimes. And then in the center here, this is where our iron golem goes. So yeah, it's all coming together quite nicely. This is going pretty well. Whoa! A, there's a mob fight going on out there that I think I might have started, but B, I just got punched off the edge of my slime farm, landed and got hit by a skeleton, then dodged a zombie, and got myself inside here. Look at that. Cool, professional level stuff. Speaking of professional level stuff, this is the professional level farm that we're actually trying our best to construct. Now obviously, ours is a slightly smaller scale. I am going to be extending it later on in the season. But as you can see right here, I mean, the pickup system is slightly different. I just wanted to see how the minecarts are being controlled. So it's just a comparator. And then, yeah, really simple little circuit that if we... Wow, okay, there are lots... Oh, no, that's embarrassing. I'm in spectator mode. Of course I can't move slime balls around. But yeah, this is the system. So yeah, I guess that's a really simple redstone circuit. Once we've done that, it's just iron golems. Oh, and then take out the roof, expose it to the ocean, which hopefully, fingers crossed, actually counts as a skylight. Hadn't actually thought of that. I'm such an idiot. I've just sailed all the way to the acacia wood biome and I've forgotten my axe. Where's my axe even gone? You know, I've been pressing Q quite a lot accidentally for some bizarre reason. I think I might have chucked it on the floor. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is exciting. This is very exciting. You know what? I'm gonna kill it actually because I want to get those slime balls because those 6 slime balls, God, that's gonna be handy. What's weird is I actually, because my pumpkin farm hasn't really been working, I've just bone mealed it, so it should start working. But because I haven't got a pumpkin farm, I'm struggling for pumpkins for the iron golems, not necessarily iron. I have got myself so lost. I have fully lost my bearings. You know where you just rotate yourself around a ton of times and you don't know whether you need to be going north, south, east or west? I mean, it's just, I'm in a bit of a mess right now. The only positive is that I'm not bored because there's plenty of sea life underneath me. Alright, I finally managed to make it home from my pumpkin expedition, and it turns out we are actually going to have a problem with iron because, yeah, iron golems are actually really, really expensive. But this guy, well, that was meant to be the first one, but I'm guessing it's one of those things that it needs to be... Oh my word, I'm making a meal of this. Right, let's try out again. So I'm guessing the issue was that fence post? No? No, that's... I mean, that is how you make an iron golem, isn't it? I'm almost certain it is. Right, let's try this again. This time, I've removed all of the fence posts. Can you not craft iron golems anymore? Is that what's happening here? I mean, seriously. Like, what could possibly be wrong with this? Is it the fact that this is touching it? Okay, let's give this another go. Yeah, we'll even get this out of the way. We'll clear out tons of space. Nope. Iron golems are broken. Iron golems are broken in the latest update. That is bizarre. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish up the entire build for the slime farm. So we're going to get all the redstone in place and basically make it functional. And then we're going to find out what exactly is happening with the iron golems, because I've tried it in a bunch of different ways. None of them seem to be working. So I don't know if that's just a release bug or if we're going to have to come up with something else. I really don't know at this point in time. For goodness sake, I'm lost again. I'm lost again. I even took note of what direction I was meant to be heading when I left the island, and I'm lost. That's okay. So that's the Guardian farm. So I should be off over here, I think. Oh, I don't know. Right, all the redstone has been done. We now have ourselves a working system. The only thing that's left to do now is to actually take out the roof of this thing and replace it with glass blocks, which, as I've mentioned throughout the episode, is going to create like a kind of skylight thing. You'll be able to see you'll be able to see out through the ocean, which will be nice, being able to see all the fishes, but also you'll be able to look through the ocean and see my slime farm, which will be very impressive once the slime farm gets bigger. And it improves efficiency as well, in theory. I don't really know yet. But it is a massive pain in the backside to do. So you can see here, we do that, and then we have to place in the glass, and we have to wait for the water to kind of disperse because it's really difficult to walk. And then we kind of, yeah, rinse and repeat, making our way through. And it looks lovely, but as I say, it is a bit of a pain. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take a bit of a break from this, and we're going to do a quick resource gathering session. We're going to go away for 1 hour, and I'm going to see how much I can get within that hour. This is going to be good fun. So in today's super fast time-lapse chat, I want to talk to you about something that is enabling me to go super fast. Or not, as the case may be, because I've actually taken up a new hobby, which is running. Long distance running. So definitely not traveling particularly quickly. In fact, at this point in time, I'm traveling incredibly slowly. But it's something that I've taken up fairly recently just because, I mean, obviously, you know, YouTube is a job that involves a lot of sitting. Okay, for about 90% of the day, I'm sat at my desk, and I'm not really doing that much movement. Now, I haven't had any Fitbits, or I haven't got any step counters or anything like that, but I imagine there's not many steps involved there. There's not too much activity going on, and I used to be really active. I used to go to the gym a lot. I kind of fell off that, and, you know, I've got active hobbies like surfing and things, but I don't do those too often, and I've been very conscious of the fact that my physical fitness has been falling. My stamina, my actual stamina. I went surfing recently. I got so out of breath just paddling out that it made me realise I need to do something about this. So I've been waking up really early in the morning. I've been going for runs. Haven't run too far yet. The furthest I've run is 7 kilometres. But to give myself some impetus, I've actually entered a running race at Goodwood, which Goodwood is one of my favourite places. It's a historical racing track, and it's where Goodwood Breakfast Club is held. It's the old racing track, and Goodwood Revival, which is where they race all the classic cars. I absolutely love cars. So it seemed perfectly fitting for me, and it's a 10-kilometre race, and it's in September. And I'm really, really excited about it, but also quite scared because I almost died on the 7 kilometers that I ran the other day, and that's a three more kilometers. So it's going to be interesting. They might have to scrape me off the racetrack, to be quite frankly honest with you. Ladies and gentlemen, we absolutely killed it on that one. That was awesome. Now, obviously, because we've got Fortune 3 as well, we got a lot more resources for each ore mined, but we just found so many more diamonds. I've actually been thinking that maybe this seed was because there was a bug where ores were extremely rare, and I was thinking that maybe the world had been generated like that, and I still think that might be the case, but this mining session would almost prove otherwise because we just ran into diamond after diamond after diamond. It was amazing. I mean, just look at this. I have converted all of our resources into block form, and as you can see, we now have 1.5 stacks of diamonds, which, considering we started this episode with about 5 diamonds, we're doing pretty well. We've got a whole bunch of coal blocks. We've got a whole ton of redstone blocks. We've got some iron left over, although that's probably our point of struggle at this point in time, so we're gonna have to sort that out. But I believe, is there iron in these? No, there's just glass in all these. But yeah, we're doing great. I'm chuffed to bits with that. Right, let's take a look at what we've got. So, helmet, fire protection. I mean, how is that? Blast protection, protection 4, depth strider. You know what I could probably do with a bit of fire protection? Fire protection is definitely a helpful thing for someone like me to have. That's not too bad. Then the pickaxe, or the axe I should say. Unbreaking 3, I mean, I guess it's just worth giving it a go because you get things like that happening. Efficiency 4, silk touch, unbreaking 3, wouldn't mind that on a pickaxe, but you know what? I can't complain there. That's ridiculous. Now, just as a fun fact, I only have 2 hours until this video needs to be finished and edited and then released. So I'm going to try my best to get everything done in time before that releases because I really want to get this slime farm finished, bar the iron golems. But we'll see if I can actually pull it off. I mean, this is going to be spectacular. Hopefully that hasn't broken any of the redstone because I will be quite upset. Thankfully, though, I have worked out a slightly smarter way of doing this, which is essentially to kind of just tear out massive holes in the roof, let all the gravel fall down, and then place in all the glass. Originally what I was doing is taking out each individual block and then placing in the glass afterwards, and it was taking quite some time. This is actually pretty speedy, but dark. It's very dark. Now, the reason that I keep saying that in theory this should improve efficiency of the farm is because generally speaking with slime chunks, so with slime farms even, with Ilmango's design, what he talks about in the video is the fact that you only build it up to y equals 32 because if you build it any higher than that, then you're loading up the next sub-chunk, and that means that it takes more time for it to cycle through and potentially spawn slimes. But, number one, I don't know if water is included in the sub-chunk calculations, okay? So that's number one. I don't know if that's always been the case. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm completely misinformed, but I always assumed that it wasn't. I always assumed it wouldn't be included in sub-chunk mob spawning calculations. However, now in Minecraft 1.13 with the drowned, it potentially could be, because of course the drowned, these are now viable spawning locations for mobs. All of these, because we've got the drowned in there. So there is a chance that we might need to remove all the water above the farm, which isn't a big deal. It will be a big project. It will look quite cool though, but it's just something that we're going to have to find out in the future, I guess. Regardless of efficiency though, this is incredibly satisfying and also looks amazing due to the kelp. Like being underwater and then having something viewing up at the ocean used to be really boring, but now it actually looks awesome. And before anyone says it, yes, I do totally regret building an ocean base in HERMITCRAFT Season 5. If I had known that the next update was going to be an aquatic update, and that was going to be HERMITCRAFT Season 6, I wouldn't have built an ocean base. Now, we have managed to catch, not slimes, but we've managed to catch some dolphins in our slime farm in the process of producing this thing. I have no clue how long these guys can survive without water. I almost feel a little bit bad if they do die, because I quite like having them around. But they've been down here for probably about maybe 2 or 3 minutes, and they all seem to be okay. I'm just a little bit concerned for when they come into contact with the magma blocks. I don't exactly know what happens there. Oh. Yeah, they don't really like magma blocks, but hopefully, dolphins are really smart, so hopefully they're smart enough to avoid them. Hopefully they're smart enough to avoid... Yeah, okay, well that answers that question. Anyway, regardless of that, ladies and gentlemen, this is our rather cool looking new slime farm that we have formed underneath the ocean. I guess he's just suffocated, so that's not so good either. Oh, I feel awful. Oh, but this is good news. Hang on, let me check this one. Dude! We have slimes! We have half a sack of slime balls already! What the heck? Seriously, what the heck? That is fantastic. Forget the dolphins, I don't care about them anymore. I actually wanted to see what drops the dolphins dropped because I didn't know. So, I've forgotten about them, don't care. They're gone. Slime's dying, however. This is amazing. This is absolutely fantastic. So this farm is working already, regardless of the fact that we don't have any iron golems, and obviously it's only going to speed up once we get iron golems, and then it's going to speed up even further once we get all the other layers in, going right the way down to bedrock, which will happen at some point, but not at this point in time. I think it's a little bit early days for that sort of thing. But anyway, ladies and gents, now what I'm going to do is I am going to go AFK, and I'm going to load up, well, I guess all my chickens, and also the chicken farm. We're going to load that up. We're going to load up the sugarcane farm, and also our new pumpkin farm, which doesn't seem to be producing very much. So we're going to be loading up all of these things, but for now, unfortunately, ladies and gents, that is actually all I've got time for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button. If you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later. Oh, and latest film on the filming channel just released. I put the wrong link on the end screens for the past 2 videos, but it's my latest mini documentary. If you like cars, if you're interested in those sorts of videos, then please do check it out.